What's up, Pandas? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, I have this FIZILI Nobility Series watch. It's not the first FIZILI watch that I've shown you, and it's not going to be the last either. I've got a different one here, so keep on watching. I want to show you these, but I picked this one up. This one is a, let's see if it says it on the outside. You know what? There we go. It's a 733 men's dual display black silicone strap quartz digital sports watch, and the reason I got it is I thought it actually looked pretty cool. So let's take it out here and just take a peek at it. Not really doing the box much justice here, but I thought it was a nice looking watch, and here it is. You know, it kind of reminds me right off the bat of like the U.S. Polo Association watches. You know, not a lot of difference here between those S-Shock fan mist watches that I've shown you, but just a different style. So, first of all, the watch band here is rubber. It's pretty soft, but it's soft and stiff. It kind of bridges the two. It's pretty thick, so it's got to be soft in order to flex like this. But it seems like it's plastic rubberish, and you can see here it moves on the lugs, but not super easy. You can actually put it in any position you want, and it'll stay there. So it doesn't look like it's a spring bar. It looks like there's an actual bar all the way through it, and it's kind of got more of that Hublot style, you know, single hinge design right there. A little texturing on the back here, and certainly it looks like it goes from like a 24 or 26 millimeters up here, tapers down. A retention strap there in rubber or plastic, and then the buckle, and very similar on this end. And the cool thing is it's got a little bit of this spoiler on the back, so that once you get the watch on your wrist and you know, this strap goes over this little tab there, it tends to stay as opposed to just sliding off, which happens on a lot of really high-end watches that are just leather, especially when the that retention strap isn't really tight. So really nice looking. The bottom part of the case here is black plastic, stainless steel, screwed on back, so it has kind of it's definitely kind of a sports watch from, you know, the bottom third or bottom half down. But up top, it really kind of makes the watch bridge a little bit more of the formal kind of high-end luxury sports watch because of kind of this polished, really highly reflective case top up here. Now, I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's maybe stainless steel, and I'm assuming it's polished, but it kind of looks like it might be like what I think it is it's a plastic with like that also chrome type of finish to it. You know, why I think that is because it's just the watch. It does not weigh a lot. It's very, very light. It would be a really easy thing to strap on and wear a lot. I will probably wear this skiing because then I can beat it up without having to worry about it. But let's take a look at it. 7.5-inch wrist, and I think this case is like 52 millimeters. So it's a big watch. I actually kind of don't think it's that big, but let's find out. Let's see if we can find out. So I guess it might be, you know, with the crown, it's right at 2 inches. So, you know, that's actually about 50 millimeters. So I think the case without the crown is a little bit smaller than that. You know, so it doesn't actually feels maybe like a 50 millimeter watch to me, and I think that's probably about right. But I think that the specs told me originally it was 52, and I actually think it's 50 with the crown. So take that for what it's worth. There's a lot of different kind of protruding areas, so kind of gives the, you know, the watch is actually probably smaller, but maybe max distance somewhere it's a little bit bigger. But then you have this big bezel on the top. It doesn't rotate. It's actually screwed down here. It says sport watch. I like this blue. I love blue. So I love that the accents here are blue, that the hands are outlined in blue, and you have a number of subdials here, and it looks like the watch up here says like Samoa. Right? That's kind of what it looks like, but it's not. It's FIZILI. FIZILI, Jerry. So I do kind of like that. It gives it a nice look. The plastic bezel up here sits much higher than this kind of plastic plastic crystal here, and it does have plastic on it, and I don't need to take it off because it's very, very clear, but you can take that off. Hint, hint, keep watching, someone's getting this. So you do have quite a bit of kind of protection from something impacting the crystal there. You have some white markers on the top. What you have is a really three-dimensional dial. You can see that outer bezel sits much higher. You have kind of these like hockey stick-shaped hour markers, silver hour markers that kind of waterfall down that outer bezel onto the dial, which is plastic. And so it looks like there's a chronograph, and maybe a little hard to see there, but the chronograph is over here. Start, stop, I'm assuming reset because it says reset. Looks like everything went back to 0. Looks like this is how you change the modes. And it looks like over here is where it tells you what mode you're in. So it looks like that's alarm. Maybe a little hard to see. And then we're back to stopwatch because it's ST right there. You can change the time here by pulling out the crown, and then let's see if that helps getting that out of the way there just a little bit. Now we hit the mode. Looks like that kind of changes it to the day. I'm assuming the SU is a Saturday, and then back to the stopwatch, and then alarm. And it looks like it's set for 1 p.m. right now. The other thing is, it looks like up here is the light. And I'm assuming you have to hold it down to get the light. And we'll see what that looks like with all the lights off, but you can expect that to be a light. So overall, I think it's pretty cool looking. This FIZILI watch is one of the inexpensive watches, but I think you get a lot for it. You know, for $17.99, I picked this one up on Amazon, and it's just got I think a lot of style, and doesn't just look like a kind of one of those black sports watches that you would get, even the G-Shocks. So for 18 bucks, it's just a watch that has a lot of style, looks like it's pretty durable, has a lot of presence, and you can go out and beat it up and not have to worry about it. Now, that being said, I want to give this sucker away to one of you lucky pandudes or pandettes out there. This is only going to be available to people that live in the US and Canada at the moment, because that's where I can afford to ship it to. So like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then comment below. I will give this watch away on February 4th, 2017. I'll pick a random commenter and send this out to you. Please put in your comment the country that you live in, and that's because once my random comment picker picks someone, I will verify in the comment that you live in the country that I can ship it to. So looking forward to getting this on someone else's wrist. The FIZILI 733 Men Dual Display Black Silicone Strap Quartz Digital Sports Watch. Peter Von Panda out.